Men who want traditional wives but modern freedom. Deep sigh. Okay, let's talk. Because I keep seeing this man. You've seen him too. He's everywhere. He wants a traditional wife. Dinner at 6. House clean. Kids quiet. Woman feminine. Respectful. Supportive. Soft. Grateful. But he also wants modern freedom. And by modern freedom he means no pressure, no responsibility, no accountability, no emotional labour, no growth, no bills, stress, no therapy, no changing, no compromise, just vibes and opinions. Let's be clear, this man does not want a traditional wife. He wants a 1950s maid with a 2025 income, a 2025 libido, a 2025 body, a 2025 therapist licence, and a 2025 tolerance for nonsense. While he contributes, checks notes, a podcast opinion, and a dream, he says things like, I'm old school. No, sweetie, you're selectively nostalgic. Because notice how traditional never applies to him. Traditional masculinity meant providing, protecting, leading, sacrificing, showing up even when it sucked. But suddenly, tradition ends when it's time to pay all the bills, be consistent, stay loyal, regulate emotions, or parent without applause. Funny how that works. He wants obedience, but not responsibility. Silence, but constant admiration. Dinner at 6, but he might be out with the boys until 2. Respect, but he talks to you like customer service. Femininity, but only when it benefits him. Independence, but only financially. Let's talk about the provider fantasy. Because, oh my God, these men love the word provider. They say it like it's a personality trait. I'm a provider. Sir, you split rent, you lease a car, you Venmo for groceries. You have no savings and a strong opinion about women's standards. That's not a provider, that's a roommate with confidence. A provider does not panic when a woman asks, so what do you bring to the table? A provider says, everything, sit down. A delusional man says, why do women only care about money? Because, Brad, tradition costs money. You don't get a traditional wife on a modern budget. Let's break it down slowly since this topic causes migraines. A traditional wife works inside the home, raises children, manages household logistics, sacrifices career momentum, carries mental load, ages faster, is financially vulnerable. So traditionally, the man carried the risk. Now, these men want her to carry all the risk while he carries all the freedom. That's not tradition, that's exploitation with nostalgia branding. And the audacity, oh the audacity, he wants silence but has so many opinions about feminism, about women's bodies, about how mothers should behave, about why women are too emotional. Sir, you get quiet when your girlfriend asks you to name one feeling besides stressed and hungry. He says, women today aren't feminine anymore. No, women today are tired of being soft with men who are fragile, tired of mothering adults, tired of carrying relationships emotionally, financially, and socially, tired of shrinking so a man can feel tall. Femininity dies in environments where women aren't safe, and emotional safety is not, calm down, don't overreact, you're too much. That's not leadership, that's avoidance with a deep voice. Let's talk about obedience, because that word always sneaks in. These men want obedience but hate authority. They don't respect women, they don't respect bosses, they don't respect systems, they don't respect rules, but they want you to submit. To what, exactly? Your unhealed childhood? Your commitment issues? Your refusal to grow? Submission requires trust. Trust requires competence. You don't get obedience when you're unreliable. And silence. They want silence. From women who run households, raise humans, work jobs, manage schedules, handle crises, do emotional triage daily, silence from the most competent person in the room. That's not peace, that's insecurity begging for quiet. Here's the thing they don't want to hear. A traditional woman doesn't want a modern man. She wants a capable one. She wants structure, consistency, stability, follow-through. She doesn't want to build with you from nothing while you call her demanding for expecting results. That's not romance, that's unpaid labour. And let's talk about freedom, because freedom is the key word. These men want sexual freedom, social freedom, emotional freedom, financial flexibility, while she wants safety, stability, loyalty, partnership. Those goals do not align. You cannot have one person living like it's a solo backpacking trip while the other is building a family compound. Here's the brutal truth. Men who want traditional wives but modern freedom don't want wives. They want benefits without obligation. They want authority without responsibility, comfort without contribution, admiration without achievement. They want to be centered without being solid. And when women say no, they call her difficult, masculine, gold digger, brainwashed. Too much? No, darling, she just refuses to play house with a man who can't play his role. So let me end with this. If you want a traditional wife, be a traditional man. And if that sentence makes you angry, congratulations. You just discovered the gap between your fantasy and your actual value. Smiles. See you at dinner. At 6, if you can afford it.